Guy Code is a set of rules and regulations that form a code of conduct by which a man should live his life.
Guy Code is an unspoken word that is spoken with eyes.
It's an unwritten guide imprinted on all men, a shared understanding that you need to know if you want to be a bro. These rules can be as simple as never sitting down with your legs crossed to tricky ones like never dating your friend's sister. In order for guy man not to dull, we need sabi the code. Welcome to Guy Code Nigeria.
On this episode of Guy Code, in the words of Evanescence, you only see what your eyes want to see. Try not to miss the signs. Maybe she's not that into you. I'm sorry, man. I'm really sorry.
That's the friend zone.
Just because you're doing stuff for me doesn't mean you like me.
Either you just jejely friend zone yourself with your hand.
When no one sees the end coming and there's nothing you can do about it, it is what it is. Bad breakups.
Girls, we more than cry after a bad break. We'll shut down for like a week.
As a guy man, when her demands are greater than you can handle, you can't help but ask the question, am I your daddy?
I know my children.
But first, it's the first date.
Bad thing about the date was that I took her out and we did all the stuff that you normally would do. Take her to the movies, go have dinner. When it was time to take her back home, problem of crossing that friend zone line was a major issue for me. But I took it in good stride. I leaned out the kiss. I got the block though, but yeah, I leaned out the kiss nonetheless. How much she blocked me well, I'm not gonna lie. She just like this dog. Like she said, no, don't let's not cross that line. I was like, oh man.
Ladies, bring your own money to a date. You paid for the main meal, let me get the dessert. Let me get the ice cream. Let me get something. He's going to look at you different. Or just surprise him. As he's paying for the movie ticket, don't even ask him. Go and line up on the popcorn and hot dog stand and buy. I'm telling you, there'll be date number 2 and there'll be date number 3.
From here on out, everything a guy says can and will be used against him for the rest of the relationship.
The most important thing is that a guy should arrive on time.
We all know that at the end of the day, we know where it's gonna end. We know where it's gonna end, right? But don't give her the impression that that's what you want. I'll make love to you. Most times you just have to just be yourself. Like, because you know there's a limit to how you can form something.
Number 1, be decisive. Number 2, do not be late.
I always thought it was nice to keep a girl waiting. I used to do that just because I wanted to know whether she actually wants to go on a date with me.
If you like, go and spill the perfume. It's money. It's your confidence.
Put in the effort to look nice, smell nice. Number 4, resist the urge to brag. And finally, number 5, chivalry will get you absolutely everywhere. So open doors, pull out chairs, and the more charming you are, the better for you.
Go there a day or 2 before. Tip everybody. Tip the security man, tip the waiters, tip every single person there. When you enter, everybody's just greeting you. Hi sir, welcome back sir. She'll be like, oh my God, this guy comes to this nice place every time.
Movies on a first date. I don't like it because I can't really get to know you. If we've been friends for a long time and I really know you and we're trying to take it to dating level, that's fine. You know, we can watch a movie as long as I'm not paying.
Okay, you can do movies on a first date, but then it has to be followed by dinner or drinks or something, because a movie, you're just watching TV. Sex on the first date, don't do that. Don't try.
Sex on the first date, that one are direct, man. No time to waste. If you guys are feeling yourself like that, man, why not?
You know, it was a guy code thing where if you scored on the first night, you know, you got an A.
Never.
You never know, but most likely not. I've never asked.
It is advisable not to, because most guys, he has gotten what he wants and he'll most likely not call you back.
She can like you that much and give it up and still be a good girl.
Sex on the first date. Yes, I can. If the mood is right, of course I can. It doesn't actually matter whether you do or not. So if he's going to stay, he will stay.
No sex on the first date. No sex on the second date. No sex on the third date. No. Or any date, really. Or any date, really.
I can't come and go and kill myself. The only way to know how the ladies want to be treated on the first date is to ask them.
Don't snap at the waiter when the waiter makes a mistake.
Don't be rude to the waiter.
You don't want to shake her hand, okay? It's not a business meeting. I mean, what is that? Oh, good afternoon, sir. Give a nice hug, not too tight. Don't try to grab her butt or anything. Just a nice, decent hug.
Don't grab her. Don't do that. She may have the finest in the world, and you're tempted, and I know it's tempting. Do not do that.
Ladies like this thing, current situation, food goes. Don't take a picture of the food on the first date.
Do not talk about sex.
Absolutely do not talk about your exes or just your sexual encounters.
Ladies, blood eye, close your eyes. Don't greet too many guys on a date.
I will always offer to pay the bills on the first date.
It should be whoever is asking.
If she pays, I mean, this Africa, in this Nigeria that we're in, you're not getting a second date.
A little gesture. Let him say no. Then you're fine.
I could insist or not, depending on how bad the bill is.
A lot of the time, guys ask me out. So if you're asking me out, why should I pay? I didn't ask you out.
Pay money on the date. The guy's going to call you back.
If a girl is interested in you on the first date, if it's going well, you're going to have her full attention, complete. She's not going to be on her phone.
You know, there's these side glances that you'll be catching her giving you from time to time, and you know, like the normal one, and she go laugh at any joke when you talk, whether it's dry or not.
Make sure that she is locking eye contact with you, because if she's overtly distracted, looking left and right and looking at her time, brother, you're boring.
Ladies as well, don't finish your food on the first date.
The first date does not necessarily end on the first date. You have to follow up almost immediately. No dulling.
There are some dates that it went so well that immediately dropped out at gate. You guys spoke on the phone till you got to your own destination.
If you're gonna drop her off, you may have a chance to give a goodnight kiss.
So be the gentleman that we know you can be, and on the first date, you may just be smooching your way to success. Now, if you fail, you may be facing the harsh reality of our next story. She's not that into you. Coming up next on Guy Code.
Welcome back to Guy Code Nigeria.
If she's not that into you, that means I like you as a friend. I just don't like you to give up the cookie.
Sometimes people do that to check your fuse, your temper gauge.
I won't say I'm taking advantage, but I'll happily take everything he's giving me, because why shouldn't I? Just because you're doing stuff for me doesn't mean you like me. How do I know you're not doing it for 10 other girls? So did I ask you to do it for me?
If you're a guy and you can read signs, you'd know when she's not just that into you, and you'd switch up accordingly. Either you just gingerly friendzone yourself with your own hand.
That's the friend zone. Some girls see you at that, and they'll see like that, then do not think you can change their mind.
You can be friends, it doesn't matter.
I'm not the kind of girl that will lead you on. I won't be like, oh, I'm still thinking about it. I'm like, I like you as a friend. I don't like you like that. But we can be friends. And you can keep doing these things for me.
My woman, for example, I met her in school, right? And I played the waiting game 6 months long. Like, I played the waiting game. There's nothing wrong with that. But so what happens, we became good friends. And then our friendship, you know, developed into something to what it is now.
Guys, trust me on this. When it comes to the ladies, forget everything you know about signs and signals. The green light might not mean go.
I don't like to hurt people's feelings. I wouldn't know how to say, you know what, you suck. This is never gonna work.
If a lady likes me, but not in a particular way, she probably need to go check her doctor, her eye doctor out. I'm just saying, you know, what's not to like?
When a girl is not that into me, it makes me look at the mirror some more, because you're like, okay, all of this and then some good guy inside, so come on, give me a chance.
Who doesn't want a lovable guy? We all want the lovable guy. We do. If you're an then you better be good looking and you better be rich, because that's the only time that we're willing to put up with assholes, I swear to God.
So what were you saying? Like, what, she wouldn't let you do the hump the dump? Like, that's a problem. If she's not gonna let you go third base after all that, I would ask the question, girl, what is the problem?
If you like a guy or even love him and he's not that into you, just let it go. That is done. It's the hardest thing to have to win a guy over.
It's very, very hard to change a lady's perception when she has seen you as a friend.
The one that's painful, but the one that I agree with, is when a man from the beginning is just like, I know you like me, Maria, but I don't like you back. And he keeps a distance. The monster is the one that realizes that you love him and he will stay so that you can do all the loving, all the caring, all the cooking, all the, are you okay, all the, can I pick you up, all the, tell me about your problems, can I help you? And still at the end of the day, it's like, nah, I really want to be a boyfriend.
If a girl does not like to be touched by you, brother, you should not be there. You have no business being there.
I keep on wondering, what other way is there for a girl to like a guy?
80% of the guys that approach you are not your type.
When I was broke, all these things used to pain me.
The guys who are not your type, those are the guys that probably make you feel the best about yourself. You know, so we'll keep you around. You're like an ego boost.
Some people have waited. I waited for like about 6 months. I think during that time that you're waiting, you can tell if she's even interested. So I'll give you an example in my case, right? I was doing the waiting, but never did she turn down an opportunity to hang with me.
A lot of ladies who I wanted lustfully or for physical reasons in the beginning, who are my very good friends right now, we started out, I probably started out wanting to hit it or, just wanted to just drive by. After we toned all of that down, you find out that, hey, she's got more to offer than just her body. And
no matter how confusing the signs may be, this is your litmus paper test.
There are like 1,000,001 things that guys can do to cock block themselves, right?
Normally she would reply you 2 minutes later, and all of a sudden she's taking 20 minutes. She's not that into you.
Even if that bill is killing you, if you're dying inside because the bill is so high, we don't want to see that. We don't want to know. Go home and cry after the day.
If you give her a compliment and she just waves it off, she's not that into you.
If you never do what you say you will, if you're always late, just generally unreliable, that is a huge cock block.
Guys, no be by force, okay? If she's not into you, she's not into you.
I think a guy should stop trying when, your spidey senses send you that little guy message thing.
Some ladies enjoy the chase. They enjoy it when there are about 8 guys on their case.
Hell no. If she's not into me, I won't take her shopping. If she's not into me, really, I wouldn't take her to the movies. What's the point, really? What are we doing together if you're not into me?
Maybe you can stop trying after she has chopped you like $500,000. You never see back. You don't check your bank account. You don't chop you like maybe 250K. You never collect full frontal hug. You can stop trying then.
Pro tip, how to save costs on the first date. Now listen guys, do something different. Take her on a walk, go to the beach. How much is Center Beach? Maybe 1K. You understand? Take her on a walk on the beach or just go through the estate. Let her see your creative side, let her see your funny side. Forget about all that dinner, forget about all that cinema. Let her know that it's played out. Guy code.
Pro tip, how to rock a romper 101. You don't. Seriously. Guys, stay away from the rompers. Guy code.
Welcome back to Guy Code Nigeria, your handbook on how to be a proper Ninja guy. Up next on your guide to manly greatness, bad breakups.
Somebody breaks up with you and you didn't want to break up? That's a bad breakup.
So you dated this guy from 25 and he dumped you at 30. Chai, that's not fair though. So that's a bad breakup because she's genuinely gonna hate that guy.
A bad breakup is when you guys break up and she puts your out on social media and says, this guy. And God help you if you have sent her like nudes before and she puts that on, you're in trouble. That's a bad breakup.
It is bad enough that it's about to end, which begs the question, did it have to end so badly?
Like if you guys spend 10 hours and you fight for 8 hours every day, you have no business being there.
The guy misbehaves to a point where you have no choice but to leave him. So it's like, you broke up with him, but I'm not stupid. I can see that this is what you wanted.
When you don't feel the fire and the sparkle anymore, little things about the person annoys you, things that, you didn't even notice them before, and then when you talk, all your talk becomes toxic talk.
She's throwing things, you're emotionally abusing each other verbally, then it's time to basically get out from that relationship.
The last guy I dated, he was pretending he was in different countries. I'll call him and be like, I'm not in Nigeria. And I'll be like, wow. So when someone's doing something like that, clearly, they're saying, I don't want to be with you anymore.
If it becomes a habit that you don't pick up the phone, or that you enjoy spending time with your girl than hanging with me.
Last year, my guy broke up with his babe because she sleeps with the lights on. Guys, come on. Love conquers all. Or, it used to.
The girl tells you, I'm not really feeling this. There's nothing you can do. The truth is, emotionally, she has moved on. You see, being broke is a bad thing. I'm not even gonna lie. Being broke is a bad thing. I mean, I do not wish that on anyone.
Violence in relationships, where you've gotten to that point, leave. If you are living together, leave the house.
I've always believed that as a man, you should not be showing your might by hitting a girl or threatening her.
The only thing that can be done, and it can only be done if both parties are willing to give it a try, to see if they can ignite that fire and sparkle once again.
If you have ever seen tears roll down my cheeks, I was not crying over a bad breakup. Why? Because men don't cry. We do not cry.
Girls, we more than cry after a bad breakup. Like, we'll shut down for like a week, depending on how bad that breakup is.
Yes, guys cry in their rooms, in that corner. They do cry actually, and they cry like 3 weeks after or something when the girl is over it.
I won't lie, I've cried in a relationship before. I once cried.
I would not generalize this thing. I know females are more emotional, but we have very, very emotional guys as well. Like for years, they'll still be like, this girl, she messed me up, she did this, she broke my heart.
I've cried before, and the tears wasn't that I was begging for her to come back or stay with me. It was more of, I know I up. Like, you are too good a girl to lose over, a one-night stand or something. So there's nothing wrong in shedding a tear. It doesn't make you less of a man who you are.
That's painful. You cry because first of all, you're just like, why can't he just tell you he's not interested?
After a bad breakup, to distract yourself, enter the club. Go to the club every single day.
Before, I would have said get a new girl. But I think I'm in a stage in my life now where I think that energy can always be channeled. Energy can be channeled to whatever you want it to be. You can channel energy into positive energy.
Am I your daddy? Just in case you have that question at the back of your mind, the first cue to solving this mystery is to know who a daddy is.
The term I'm not your daddy means I'm not your daddy.
When a guy asks that question about your daddy, it most likely has to do with money.
I definitely am not your daddy. I know my children.
I can help because I choose to, not because I have to. It's not by force.
Nigerian girls, they've diversified it. There's recharge card daddy now. There's fuel daddy, subscription daddy. There's flight ticket daddy. Very important around the summer period.
There's sugar daddy. There's hump daddy. There are all kinds of daddies. It now depends on the kind of daddy you want to be.
He's not your father. He didn't birth you.
Buy me hair. Buy me this. Buy me that. So the guy would just be like, come on, am I your daddy?
If you want a daddy, go ask your father.
There's the good old sugar daddy. Age bracket 50 and above. Then, they got the good old Mac daddy, 35, 40. Then they got us, the young daddies, the little pimp daddies, 25, 30, 35.
35 to 50s. That's the age bracket that would be able to provide the iPhone, the iPad, the Brazilian hair, the rent, the Dubai trips, all those things.
I don't think girls should be dependent on a guy. I mean, you can't. He's not your dad. He's not your husband. So if you happen to bag a guy who takes care of all of your bills, then great.
I would say a girl should be fully dependent to a level. Because I grew up with a single mother.
You don't have to provide anything as a boyfriend. If we're dating as boyfriend and girlfriend, then I don't owe you nothing. I can choose to.
Sometimes it depends on your arrangement or your agreement. There's some guys that they don't want their woman to do anything. You want her to just sit back, relax, and just enjoy themselves.
Support her as best as you can. Don't go and steal money because of a girl.
Boyfriend and financial commitments shouldn't really go in the same sentence, or maybe not heavy.
You know, sometimes emotional support. You know, woman, they depend on him guy to fit stand by him when you are the gas.
I think man friend should become a new working title.
That is becoming more and more common. Gold diggers who are men. This needs to stop.
I think I saw that more in London though, not really here. I feel like it's like nonsensical, like it's what's the word? It's an insult. Okay, maybe if I'm hungry and with my male friends, I'm like, let's go to eat and I want to pay for them. They'll be like, oh, shut up, are you crazy? I love that.
By the laws of the land, unless she has your ring on her finger, you are nothing more than a boyfriend, and this is where your duties lie.
Depending on the sort of relationship that you and your boyfriend have, you'll know what you can ask for.
It's not a boyfriend's duty to buy you jack.
On her birthday, yes, you can buy her nice things, nice shoes.
I'm like, well, you know, it's my birthday, guys, and I need headphones, I need perfume. Are you gonna get it for me?
You can't come and go and try to now start to come and try to kill yourself. If you can only afford the Nokia 3310, you give her, she doesn't want to take it, no problem.
She can ask me for anything, but also be ready to get an answer that you don't want to hear. So for instance, you say, can you get me a phone? And I say, I really can't.
Gadgets? Do you know how much these things cost right now? That's salaries of working men with families, you know? So I need to ask these girls, where your parents at?
I don't really feel comfortable asking guys for stuff because I just feel like it opens the way paves the way for insult.
The most important thing is, however you ask, whatever you ask for, you must not come off as a gold digger.
You got daddy at home and you want me to pay your school fees? Nah, you know that's something wrong. I can't even imagine that.
I ain't saying she a gold digger.
You have to ask, you know, are her parents late? Is her father going through financial issues? Did she squander the money and, you know, she needs to re-up? These things do happen.
If her parents gave her school fees and she wants to buy Brazilian hair, now coming to me, you're with the wrong G.
School fees. Take a year off and go work and, you know, come back and complete your education. You know, that's how I look at it. It's not a do or die affair.
If our parents are going through a bad time, as everybody's parents have had ups and downs in their life, come on, that's what you're there for, support her. Can you pay for monthly internet subscriptions as a boyfriend? Yes.
Such a question, I'll always respond with a question. What if I'm not around? Are you not gonna browse? If I buy data for you, you're gonna be on your Instagram. You're gonna be on your Snapchat. You're not doing anything for me. And besides, you don't need to be online to communicate with me, your boyfriend.
When a lady asks you for stuff and you can't provide it at the moment, some throw tantrums. I had a friend who used to date a girl who'd smash things.
It doesn't have to be like a demand, like, yes, I command you must buy me car or else. You must pay for my house rent or else. It doesn't have to be like that. Don't do it like you have seen a movie. If I tell you, say I love you, I beg, you no go turn me to your mugu. Because that time, 30 billion no go do you.
Present as big as a car, all depends on whether she really deserves it. It's not about how long we've been together, but it's about how well we've been together.
Stingy guys are very real. They are all over the place. They are not a myth. They're there.
If you like knock your head for a wall, waiting, no fit come on my body, no fit come on my body.
Blah. Man, I hate stingy guys.
If I turn it down and say I can't, don't make it an issue.
On Guy Code today, we uncover the following codes.
You know, it was a guy code thing where if you scored on the first night, you know, you got an A.
Go there a day or two before. Tip everybody.
It's not a boyfriend's duty to buy you jack.
See you next for another lesson on Guy Code, Ninja Style. Powered by Gulder.